It doesn't matter how much enter Sandman and Simply the Best got you hyped for this game. As soon as that whistle went, man, it was simply depressed, right? Rangers won, Hearts nil. What is there really to say about it, right? It was probably the worst performance at home. I will go out on a limb and say, there's obviously not been that many games at IBROX this season due to the start at Hampden, but you look at the games such as St Mirren, I look at that 2-1, that was really poor. St Johnstone, that was another poor game at home. The Hibs 1-0 was quite bad as well. To be fair, I think most of the awful performances have came away. We got beat 4-1 by Lyon at home, but that's Europa League, and you hold Lyon to a different standard than the rest, shall we say. But let's get into this game of football, alright, before we jump in the Clyde. So, yeah, Rangers began. I thought they began alright. Hearts did have a corner, but after this corner for Hearts, Rangers went, you know what, it's time to step up to task. Now, we did have a starting 11 consisting of Butland, Yefte, Suter, Balogun, Tavernier, Barron, Raskin, Diamonde, Tierney, Bajrami and Dessers. Tavernier and Dessers starting. No one really wanted this, but at the end of the day, if you take away Dessers' goal, probably don't win the game. It's that simple. But I don't know, man. I look at this team and I see nothing. James Tavernier's done. I had someone behind me say, "Who is James Tavernier?" Yeah, I know the guy's pish and he's had a lot of really, really poor seasons and matches in recent memory, but to give the guy the Chris Benoit treatment might be a step too far. But in all seriousness, he was awful today. Constantly giving it away. It was like for one good, bit of ball retention that he did, he ended up doing something idiotic, giving the ball away. Or, he would give the ball away and then he would have to kill himself pretty much to run like 40 yards back to win it. You compare it to the other side. For me, Yefte was man of the match. Raskin did pick up the award, but yeah, Yefte gave the ball away as well, but the guy made a lot of crucial tackles, a lot of good balls going forward and all that good stuff. But let's talk about the goal, shall we? Because we get it in the 9th minute. There was a bit of early pressure for Rangers with this goal. Cyril Dessers gets the goal, alright? Gets the goal. James Tavernier gets the assist. So what are we really complaining about? Well, I'll tell you what we were complaining about, because pretty much after this goal, maybe a wee bit after it as well, I thought there was a wee spell where chances were being created, right? But I would suggest from about the 20th minute in this match, the arse went. Philip Clement is saying the players aren't robots, they get tired. Well, guess what, mate? You don't have 11 players to pick from. You can pick for, there's 18, there's 7 on the bench. Factor in youth, factor in the squad that's at your disposal. You're looking at 25 players. Tiredness shouldn't be an issue, especially when you're starting guys that no one at the club actually wants started. So I'm not buying this Terminator, robot cop pish for Philip Clement. Alright, yeah, they can be tired, but you know what, you're the manager, you have to rotate them at the end of the day. But after this, John Suter gives the ball away at the back. It's really poor finishing from Hearts. I believe, who was it? Was it Fargas? Was it Fargas that got it? I think it might have been Fargas that done it. But I think from about the 20th minute, man, Hearts, there are a lot of corners. Butland wasn't really tested apart for this effort here. As for us, though, you could just sense as this first half went on, the toxicity, the venom, the poison in the stadium. People were having enough, man. People were going absolutely ballistic, and rightfully so, because despite a positive enough start, and when I say positive enough, I'm talking about a 6 out of 10 start, we should be putting Hearts to the sword, man. We beat them 5-0 last year when they were one of the most informed teams in Europe. So why can't we beat them when they're down and out in 11th spot, but in a more convincing margin? Don't get it twisted. We should have drew this game. This, at the end of the season, could turn out to be a pretty, 3 pretty big points, but I look at it now and it's like, where is the potential? Where is the improvement? Where is the future with Philip Clement, man? We are keeping a guy just because we are too afraid / skint to sack him, to send him as P45. So someone explain, because there's no potential in this team, man. There ain't. Look at that today. That was diabolical, man. Despite a positive start into that second half, you've got Bajrami, Tierney, Diamonde, Yefte, James Tavernier, the two centre mids, right? All they did when they ran forward was, oh, I'm not going to risk anything. I'm going to cut back and I'm going to pass it around the back and be boring. Also, when Hearts were getting forward, there was like no attempt from Rangers players to even close down. It was so lethargic and lazy, and he's whipping out the tired card. As I said earlier, put some young legs on, put some fresh legs on, they'll get the job done. And again, I actually noticed that, and I've noticed this for a while, even when we bring subs on, who by the way are not tired because you're just on the pitch, they don't run around. They don't run, they should be in their faces. I mean, yeah, Hearts, obviously, lesser opposition than us, right? But see Cammy Devlin, that guy runs about. Connor Barron, they run about. You look at, like, Raskin got man of the match today. Don't really understand how. I thought he gave away the ball quite a lot away in dangerous positions, but so many times, man, our defenders wouldn't do anything, or like midfielders or Dessers, they just wouldn't track. And it was giving Hearts so much time. Hearts had efforts blazed past the post. I mean, Shanklin didn't really have a clear-cut chance, but he's awful this season, so it doesn't really affect us there. Corners for Hearts, but like I said in the match reaction over on Fog Football, I thought Butland dealt with set pieces really, really well. We were giving needless ones away at the same time. Yeah, I mean, I think it was, you had Suter making the mistake in the first half, then it kind of translated over to Balogun, who made the mistake at the start of the second half. Who was it? Was this Splittle? I don't really recall who it was, right, to be honest, but he hits the post. He really should score. And the longer this game goes on, you're just thinking, this is going to end 1-1. This is going to end 1-1. But not creating nothing. Honestly, for about 35 minutes that second half, there was nothing from us. Absolutely nothing. Maybe the odd set piece there that never led to anything. But about the 68th, 69th, 70th minute, we seen Sterling and Casemiro come on. Most notably, Dujon Sterling came on for Connor Barron to an absolute chorus and sea of boos. This was insane. This was absolutely insane, the amount of boos that were getting fired out here. Because he was the best midfielder. He took off the best midfielder when Diamonde was absolutely awful. I keep hearing people say, this guy's a 10, this guy's a 10. Fuck, he might be a number 1, or better in fact, a number 2, because he's shite. As for Tierney, I thought he had a quiet game. I mean, there was a wee mix-up here with the substitution board. It was supposed to be Tierney, and then actually, no, hold on, Tav's shite, we'll sub him off. Yeah, I thought after this we got a bit better defensively, but I'm not going to pretend it was good. And we were on the ropes for the majority of that game. Hearts had a few penalty shouts right at the end. Kieran Doyle, potential handball. I'll be honest, I haven't rewatched it. Awful game. The football is absolutely putrid, man. Make no mistake about it. That Mick McCarthy meme, it can't go on like that. It will, because there's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of urgency on the pitch, and there's no sense of urgency in the boardroom. The only thing that was good tonight was the Remembrance Sunday show before the game. The tifos and all that. I thought that was phenomenal. If the team on the pitch lived up to the standard that the fans put in when it comes to all this stuff, you'd be winning league titles on the regular. Fact is, we are so pish, and there is no we were into this game 12 points behind Aberdeen, and we come out of it 9. All right, yeah, that's a positive international break coming up. We don't lose any points in the top 2, but even if Aberdeen aren't gone, man, what is the future? It's not like, all right, this season's a write-off, but next season Philip Clement's going to whip out the Mr. Sheen bottle, oil up his dome, shine it, and produce. He's got to produce hee-haw. Slap it down on the table. P45. Philip Clement needs to go. Will he go? No. What is this, man? What actually is this for Philip Clement? Just the same bullshit after the game, and probably the most entertaining thing was the Hearts fans and some Rangers fans throwing the white confetti at each other. That was probably the most entertaining, because in terms of football, man, you are not entertained by this match. It was horrendous, man. It was absolutely awful. And that's where we're going to leave it. Rangers 1, Hearts 0. I mean, I'm glad that we won, but as I said earlier and in this, this had 1-1 written all over it. And eventually, you know, we are going to slip up at IBROX. We haven't this season. We've won every game, but they're all by close margins. And even the games that weren't by close margins, we managed to do like a 2-minute period where we might put 2 goals past the team. There is a major slip up at homecoming, and if you were there, man, like I was, you can just you feel the toxicity, you feel the venom, so to speak. It's just it's shite, but I can't blame the fans. It's not good enough, man. You know, we were 1-0 up against Hearts, and for like 70 minutes of the game, it was backwards. It felt like park the bus route 1 football. That's unacceptable. And no, and the fans are well within their rights to, you know, get stuck in. Anyway, that's what we're done with this match review. My head is absolutely banging, so it's probably under par, but you know what? So we're Rangers, so is what it is. Till next time, peace.